before.
Yes,
that's the way the
true.
cycle of life works.
True. Yeah.
So, everything's rolling. Good stuff.
Oh, right. Let's dive straight in. Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Right. Hi guys, welcome back to the Kat Baker Show, the longest running podcast in the world and the number one podcast in the Philippines, hosted by Kat Baker, voted number one person in the UK. Today we are joined by Aideen Mcqueen.
Hello guys. Hello.
How would you explain who you are?
So I'm a comedian, stand-up comedian. That's who I am. I used to be a primary school teacher and now I'm not. And I can say what I want on podcasts, which is fantastic.
Fabulous. Yeah, I to make it clear to the watchers at home, you don't have an OnlyFans, do you?
I don't have it, but thank you for thinking that. Thank you for thinking that.
They'll ask. Yeah.
Okay, we should do an OnlyFans. Yeah, the demand and supply is great enough.
Yeah, do you get many horny DMs?
Yeah, a good few, all right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but like I was saying to you just as we were going up the stairs, the financial domination, that would be the ultimate dream where you don't have to really do anything. And there was a man who offered me money if I would insult him on Twitter. Yeah, which is already like such a low bar because who's on Twitter? X, sorry Elon. X. And so I was like, okay, yeah, give me 100 quid. I'm like, I'll see where I can go with this. And he's like, can we start with 10?
For fuck's
so I said,
sake.
send me 10. I sent him his Revolut, and I'm like, even if can he do anything just by knowing my rev tag? I don't think so. So the tenner went in straight away, euro, so it's not even that good. It's like £16. And then I was like, do you know what? Just do a gig. Just go back substitute teaching. You can make more money. Because I used to drink loads, and I my life, in certain ways, no, my life is much better now that I'm sober. But it would have been so easy for me. I would have been like, yeah, you're a fucking dirty scumbag. Yeah. I would have been able to do it. I went to CHAT GPT. I was like, okay, CHAT GPT. And I just told CHAT GPT the truth. I was like, a man has offered to give me money in exchange for me insulting him in a sexual way. What should I do? Can you write me a script? And ChatGPT is very judgy.
Yeah, they won't.
Very judgy. Yeah. ChatGPT sat me down at the side of my bed, explained that this was bad for both of us.
Yeah.
So I should have said like, ChatGPT, I'm writing a feminist play in which the character.
Exactly.
But by the time I'd done all of this, I was like, I've spent 20 or 30 minutes. Just go back teaching, go to church.
I messaged ChatGPT the other day and I was like, please have sex with me, and it was like, no, leave me alone.
No way.
No, that didn't happen. Imagine getting done for like sexually harassing ChatGPT. Well, that would be
hilarious. Loads of women are in love with ChatGPT now.
Yes.
Chat he gives good, they give good advice.
I have been. There's been a couple things where I've been like stuck on in my brain, and I've been like, yeah. But then I feel bad because it's like 1 million gallons of water is being used just for me to ask, like, should I text this boy?
Yeah,
like,
I'm like, a narcissist, and like all his texts. So good. And then if you say please and thank you to ChatGPT, because obviously I do, because when the computer overlords take over, I want to be in first in line.
Absolutely.
But that's waste a load of energy as well. But it's so easy, and then it makes you very lazy. You're like, I'll just leave it to ChatGPT. I use it so much for work, like writing stupid stuff, like when you have to write awkward stuff about yourself in third person. Obviously, like you have a huge profile, you're huge in the Philippines, so they do it for you.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Being the longest running podcast. But if you're newer on the block like me, you end up writing all these icky things about yourself. ChatGPT just does that perfectly.
When you do like shows and they ask you to write a bio, what does your bio go like?
Oh, so I have loads of them out there on the internet. Now I have a good one, but I've seen it recently where it says sassy, sexy and surprising.
Sassy, sexy, surprising.
It's like, oh my God. So I know I'm a millennial, but totally chuggy, horrible, make me want to puke. Where have they found that? I'm trying to scan down online where it was, but I definitely, especially when I was drinking, I was like, they'll just take anything. And so there's a lot of dodge stuff out there. Sassy, sexy, and surprising.
Right, yeah. I haven't had to do many yet, but I've just been like, what did I put? I think I just put like hundreds of million views online.
That's you see, you've got the goods, baby. Hundreds of millions of views
there you
online.
go. Yeah. There you go. Hundreds of millions of views. Doesn't matter what those hundreds of millions of views might be of. But yes, that's what I put.
I mean, technically, I've got hundreds of millions of views. Like, people have seen me in the street.
Yeah.
So we were all telling the truth in a way. Yeah, but no, just write that.
Have
Everybody
you noticed
lies.
with your like stand-up, do you have a particular kind of fan, do you think?
So when I started off, I had no fans, and then I would have the odd male fan.
Yeah.
And I say odd as in they would be a bit strange as well. And
God bless them.
yeah, and they might then ask me out. And
yes.
do you know, like, and you kind of think, because I mean, I think women say they feel unsafe sometimes when a man, I feel unsafe when a man asks me out. But actually, when I analysed, I didn't feel unsafe from these men. I just felt unattractive. Because if they look like that with orthopedic shoes and a like a cleft palate, what do I look like?
And they think they have a chance.
And you start questioning yourself. Yeah, you can't, is this my level now? Do I have to go for these guys? So that's,
I've been there,
yeah, you know, we've all been, but men don't care. Men don't think about that. They're just like, oh, she's hot. And because they see you on stage, they think they have something in common with you because they know you. They know your persona. And then they're like, oh yeah, I get on really well with her.
Yes.
So that I had, but now mostly females. But there would be, as a female, I don't know if you found this, but when you have a good gig, watch, no man will approach you afterwards. Maybe one of the other male comedians, but even at that, no.
The other male comedians, but no.
Yeah, but no audience member. Maybe if you have I know if I've had a bad gig, if somebody slides into my DMs and will say something like, I liked what you did. I could see something in that. If you're in a weakened state. But if you're the alpha dog and you're like, yeah, and you're making everyone clap and you're like, whoa, 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 and people are tearing their tits off and throwing them at you.
Yeah.
Men are like, emasculated.
The only thing is, sometimes I have a good gig, and so sometimes I'm talking about the fact that I do OnlyFans. So I get a lot of guys coming up to me afterwards going, oh, do you actually do porn there? Or like, do you actually do OnlyFans? And I'm like, yes, I do. So I guess they might not necessarily be chatting me up, but
they
like,
are a bit though.
But they are, I mean, they all are on some level.
Why are they not men of flesh and blood?
Yeah,
look at you, you're gorgeous.
Thank you. Yeah, you're only human, lads.
Yeah,
I mean, come on now. Yeah. So yeah, there's slight element in that, but then I haven't done it. Like, I haven't done many. Also, that's mostly like open mic type stuff. I haven't done many pro gigs. So I started in January.
Oh, why? It's really recent.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're very. I heard good stuff about you.
Oh, thank you.
I heard good stuff about you at the Two Truths and a Lie.
Oh yeah, that was just such a fun show.
Yeah,
in Edinburgh. Yeah, so I saw Aideen in Edinburgh. In your show, I loved it.
Thank you so much
Waiting
for coming. Waiting for Texto, yeah.
Like waiting for Godot.
Yeah,
but,
yes.
Yeah. But waiting for a text.
She is a doctor, you know, in the shows.
Doctor of culture.
Yeah.
Found it very relatable.
Yeah, I think everybody does.
Waiting for a text from a man.
That's all it is. Me and my sister were just hanging out one night, and she kept looking at her phone, like in that reflexive way, you know. And she just, I wish somebody would just do a movie. I think she said it was. Waiting for a text, and it was the type of conversation you'd have when you're drunk in the pub and like, oh yeah, that'd be a great idea.
Yeah.
Let's do a movie. But now I said, well, I'm not going to do a movie, but I could write a one-woman show
for Edinburgh. Hell yeah.
And then we did it, we wrote it, and we changed it loads, and it's almost like a completely different show, but the whole thing is always looking at your phone, the anxiousness, like that dopamine hit you get when that person that you decided that you like.
Oh God.
And you're so busy worrying if they like you that you don't question, actually, do I enjoy their behavior? No, this is awful. Why can't I just have a comfortable relationship where I don't have to worry if they're texting me or not? And it just, the thing is, when you sleep with somebody and then you get that, you don't want to like them, but then the oxytocin comes into your body because the sex is really good, and then suddenly you're like, oh my God, you subconsciously you think you might be pregnant or something, and you're like, oh, I love you so much, man of my dreams.
Yeah, I feel like I see a connection now with the way my body reacts to that thing when someone texts you that you like, and like when I have a month where I make lots of money on OnlyFans, or when I have a great gig, like it's like that dopamine. And then when you have a bad gig, when I have a bad month, when they don't text, it all feels the fucking same.
It's desperate. Yeah, it's all like when I was a primary school teacher, I had probably that much happiness, and there'd be little peaks like, oh, an old lady smiled at me on the bus. Oh, the inspector came in. Ofsted. But then when I did stand up, you have the same amount of happiness, but the distribution is crazy. It's like good gig, bad gig, good gig, bad gig, good gig, bad gig. And then I was drinking to cope with that. And then it got worse and worse. But I'm fine now. Okay, 3 years sober.
Amazing. Well done.
Don't want to bring it down. Yeah,
wow.
yeah. So I definitely, it's all part of that like distraction from self. You know, I remember a woman at an AA meeting, she's like, men are like drugs on legs. This really old, toothless Irish woman. You know, men are like drugs on legs. Stay away from them.
Do you think do men wait for texts?
They do. A lot of men have said this is relatable as well. Yeah, so I was surprised because I thought it was just going to be the gays and the girlos. But men do. When the man really likes a girl, they'll write a text. You can see they've edited it. And you're just giving them a yellow I'm sure you don't even know that this is happening, but there's men sending you texts that they've carefully curated, that they've really thought about. And like men have more faith in themselves, so they're not sending it around to all their male friends to decide whether it's good or not.
Yeah.
And they send it, and then Kat just puts a little yellow thumbs up, and they're like, oh my God. Although men are a little less emotionally intuitive, perhaps. So they'll be like, oh, she put a yellow thumbs up, she must like me.
Yeah.
Thumbs up, thumb up the arse.
Whereas women, I think when someone's a bit cold in a text, we know. We can tell what it means.
I know.
Like we just like, and I think people be like, women be like, you're overthinking it, but my instinct has always been right.
Oh my God, it's always right. As soon as there's a change in pattern, it's finished.
You just know.
You have to withdraw completely to win the game back. Put a load of thirst traps up there on Instagram. Yeah. Retract.
Do you think men have emotions and feelings?
No, not really.
Okay.
No.
I didn't think so.
I didn't think so until I started going to like 12-step recovery groups.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I was raised, there's me and out the country, very strict Catholic family, surprise. And my dad trained to be a priest. So we were very strictly brought up. I went to an all-girls secondary school. God. In Ireland, the girls' schools are also state schools. So
right, you're not a posh show. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like, you'll verify, Catholic state school would be like all of the promiscuity of a normal school, but none of the sex education. Yeah. And then I went and studied music and Irish language in university, so again, very few straight men. Then I went on to be a primary school teacher. So I lived in this world where like I thought men were this different species of stoic creature, like my father, that was just half man, half newspaper, that I've never saw him cry. You know, they didn't, you know, they just went out into the field and did some digging, and then they came back and they just went, oh. And
Well, I mean,
Then, and I just kind of had them on a pedestal, but also was like, the whole of them was like just very different. And then I remember going to a recovery meeting, and there was this gorgeous man, and I don't even know to this day if he was saying it to get female attention, but he was saying, he was from Cork, and he had that very sexy accent, and he said, sometimes I'm just so upset, I'll drive around my car with sunglasses listening to opera crying. And I love it when it rains because nobody can see that I can cry. And you had to get the caution wet floor sign out to the window. Like, oh my God, I'll help you. And I saw him and I was like, I'm going to come back to this meeting, and I never saw him again. But it's got me back, got me going again. You know,
he that is a very slutty thing for him to say,
isn't it? Slutty. It's so slutty. You're right. The men's version of slutty. That's such a funny thing you should talk about on stage.
Yeah,
they can't be slutty by just having a little bit of their ball sack.
No, they can't. They can't.
Oh yeah, if you have like a down to their shirt with all the chest hair sticking out, a medallion, that's kind of gross. But saying something like that is such a little,
or having
little slag,
or having a pet dog.
Yes, very slutty. There's a lot of that kind of stuff. Maybe what else would be very slutty? Like walking around with a baby. Walking around with a baby. Yeah. That's so slutty. Like, oh my God, look at your balls, did well done. Or walking around with a book, like, and just reading it like very like overtly, and the book would be something like a sexy book that like, Waiting for Godot.
It'd be some sort of feminist tale of Or maybe like a Sally Rooney book or
Sally
sort of
Rooney
thing.
book. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that would
yeah.
be slutty.
That was a guy
about-
asked
what-
me to read Sally Rooney at the same time as him, and I was like, "You little slut."
You slut.
What about wedding rings? People
Well,
talk about wedding.
so
That's pretty slutty. That is pretty
yeah,
slutty.
You've been tried before.
Actually, when men wear clothes, that's pretty slutty.
Walk out.
When they breathe, I'm like, you slut.
Slut. So yeah, so men can be slutty. This is advice for men: be slutty in clever ways. But that man saying that, being really emotionally vulnerable in that moment, and the opera thing, there was no need for it. And I mean, it's actually really weird.
Yeah.
But also, he didn't help that it didn't harm him that he was really good looking. Yeah,
What a
unfortunately.
bastard.
Yeah.
Are people in AA, are they allowed to get in relationships together, or is that just like
So there's no rules, because like, let's say 12-step groups, there's no rules. We all kind of are the bosses. So they recommend for your first year of sober, get a plant, and if the plant survives, get a pet, and if the pet survives, then you can get a partner.
Oh,
And
it's a bit unfair to the pets that will die
it is.
from that. Yeah.
Oh no, not another one.
Yeah.
And then they say to be single for the first year, and nobody really knows if that works because nobody's tried it. Because as soon as you get into like recovery, you're like looking for something to fill the void. So a lot of people get into another addiction or get into a relationship. So it's not, but I've seen like really happy couples that are together in recovery, and they come to meetings together and they hold hands, especially older American couples, and they're like, we've been together 50 years. He got me sober and I'm so grateful. And I have gone out with people in the rooms of recovery. And
Yeah.
it's been good. It's been nice. And then when you
Oh,
break
that's
up,
good.
you're like, oh, it's my higher power is like,
Yeah. Have you got into anything else to replace the drinking?
work a
Work.
bit. Yeah. I definitely, when I was trying to do it without, I would get into relationships. A little bit exercise, not as much as I wish. I could be one of those like, oh, I have to get up at 6 a.m. and run or I feel terrible. But work is probably the one. Making money. Get a lot of buzz off of that. You must as well.
Oh, bloody hell, I
good.
do.
I like it.
So from gigs, right? Getting money from gigs.
Getting
you
money
do-
from gigs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't believe that happens.
Yeah.
I will. No, actually, someone gave me £7.50 in Edinburgh for a gig. Thank you. That was my proudest
You'll
moment.
get there. You'll
Yeah,
get there. You'll
yeah.
get there. It's taken me years. Last night I did a gig for solicitors for 500 quid. Yeah.
500
Yeah,
quid?
and I had to keep it clean. Yeah. I'm so don't mean to be showing off now, but it's still. Yeah. I nearly wouldn't even make it on my back.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think
I'd want to be really top. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
think I'm a
is
little bit
hard.
too old to do even for. Yeah, that's a good payday. But that doesn't happen that often. Some TV act dropped out, and I was literally on the plane to come here. No, on the bus to the airport, and I was like, how much is it? I'll be there. Got off, went in, booked another flight.
Yeah.
So
You're
I'm like
I
the
need
person that people get when the TV act isn't there.
Right, okay, well, fuck. Yeah, you should start poisoning TV acts then,
Such a
maybe.
good idea.
Did you find, also, I was going to ask, right, so you're a primary school teacher.
I was, yeah.
Did the dads hit on you a lot?
Everybody asked me that. You're the first woman who's ever asked me that, right?
Oh, he's
You're
asking,
the
I've got the
first
mind of a pervert.
woman.
That's
I love it though, because I would think the same. Because you can't, the kids didn't hit on me. Well, only one child with very bad ADHD. Grabbed me by the ass and called me Miss Bum Bum.
Oh my
and I was
God.
like, okay, we've got to get this child a diagnosis or he's going to be
Yeah.
arrested. Yeah, that was in the good old days when ADHD actually mattered. You know, when there's one child in the school at ADHD and they were an absolute freak. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they would have to have a special class.
They would have to have quarantined. Whenever Ofsted come, you'd just be like, let's put them in a room on their own and pretend they're sick.
Oh my God,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
They did used to put them
now
in rooms.
ADHD is like, oh, she sometimes colours outside the lines. I think she's got ADHD.
Yeah, or like she's a bit bad at managing her money.
Yeah, I think she's got ADHD.
You know,
Yeah.
my mum is like, oh, she's convinced she's got ADHD because she's like broke all the time. She's like, oh, I'm so broke. I think I'm bad at managing money and I've got ADHD. And I'm like, Mum, you're broke because like her job is she sells like knitted animals and sleeping bags on Etsy. Like, I'm like, that's why you're broke, Mum. Like, you don't have a job.
Yeah.
But she's like, it's ADHD. I'm like, I don't think it is, Mum.
I know, it's funny. She could go to, there's a thing called Debtors Anonymous.
Okay.
For Under Earners Anonymous. Now, I have a friend of
Ooh.
mine goes to it, and it's for people who, make animals on Etsy or whatever.
Yeah,
Just animals on
exactly.
Etsy, and that have like loads of potential but don't maybe use it. But I mean, I know ADHD has become everything now. Like people like, and then there's a comedian who's like, I've got ADHD, you've got a show about it, there's a TV company interested in you, like you're really doing well with the ADHD. And then we're all on our phones. Like saying you have ADHD but you're always on your iPhone is like, complaining you have chlamydia but you exclusively date DJs. Like, it's your own fault.
Yeah, I've never felt ADHD ever, but being on TikTok has made me
Yeah, definitely.
Do you ever think, God, I hope this podcast episode never ends? Well, guess what? It doesn't have to end, because I have a Patreon with hours and hours and hours more podcast content. Oh my God. That's right. I have solo episodes of me jabbering on my own, but then I also have exclusive interviews where we get even more in depth into juicy topics that I can't talk about here. It is well worth the £4 subscription. I am telling you, you need to head over there. Go to patreon.com/The Cat Baker Show. It really helps support this podcast, because guess what? I'm not the most brand friendly person. A lot of brands don't want to sponsor me. The world, it wants to silence me, but I cannot be silenced over on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/The Cat Baker Show.
So I think it's just funny because it's kind of takes away from the person who's like really got it, and then it's like just a woman who needs more identity,
What have you got?
I have got alcoholism.
Right.
Yeah, that's enough for me.
That keeps you occupied.
That keeps me going. Yeah, I have to do a lot to keep that at bay, but I'm happy. Yeah.
But dads, they didn't come.
The dads. Back to the dads. Okay. So no, actually they didn't. And I would have loved if they'd done it. Like I used to think about it all the time. And if a dad came in, I remember one dad came in quite angry and he was waving his copy of the Irish Times at me because I'd lost his child's jumper. The child had lost their jumper, but it's always up to be my fault. And I was like, thought about that for ages. And it wasn't even hot. But they're a 5 on the streets, but they're a 10 in the parent-teacher meets.
Right, yeah. Same with like comedians.
Yeah.
They're 5. Not normally, but in the comedy circuit,
it's all about proximity. The closer you are to me, the hotter you are. Yeah. Maybe that's why incense porn is so popular.
Oh, but, it is.
Yeah. So I don't think any of them ever asked me out. No way. And I tried. I wore the pencil skirts totally unnecessarily.
Yeah.
I mean, my dream was to say, no, your son hasn't been naughty. But I have. But that never came to fruition.
Did you have any terrible parent-teacher evening experiences?
No, I didn't. I managed to dodge that for some reason. I used to have the younger kids mostly. I had year 6 once, and that was so stressful because I wouldn't be that good at maths. So every night I was up there doing the long division, like Einstein trying to figure it out before the kids realized I was bad. So then I was mostly with kids year 1, year 2, year 3.
Right, yeah. So people aren't
fine.
That bothered about academic
they're not
performance.
That bothered. You're like, they're good at colouring in. You'll always have something they're good at.
Except for the ones going out of the lines.
Yeah.
They need to be shot on sight. They will not contribute to society well enough. No.
I was always the most popular teacher in the school. Oh. Not necessarily the best, though.
Oh, wait, were you really nice?
Really nice,
I
really
bet
good
you
crack.
were.
I always did the choir and I always did the nativities and stuff like that, and really fun, but not necessarily the best.
Okay.
Because kids loved me. But then kids also loved Jimmy Savile. Like I love Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
So we don't know what's good for us as children.
You didn't get results?
I did.
You did?
You only had to really get results in maths and English and Irish. So once you got the results there, that was fine. In Ireland, school is way more relaxed than England.
When you say Irish, you mean like
Irish language, yeah. Oh. In my school, I was in an Irish language Gaelic immersion school. A Welsh school, if you will. Do you remember those?
Yeah, but my Irish is really bad.
Okay, fair enough. Right, that's
Why, right?
weird. Neg me then.
I wish I was better. Now in the kneecap revolution.
Yeah, it's really popular
I really
now.
wish I was
yeah.
better at Irish.
Yeah.
Are you riding off this Irish wave
I
at the
am,
moment?
yeah. I'm totally riding off it. I was at a festival there at the weekend, the Electric Picnic, doing an Irish gig. 2 Irish gigs. I get loads of Irish gigs. It's brilliant.
Wait, you do
Yeah.
stand up
Do stand up Oscailge.
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
You-
Absolutely.
I would
Doing
love.
stand up in Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those that may not get it. Oh, yeah.
For a minute, you just thought we both had a stroke.
I love stand up, but I don't think I'd be able to go because I wouldn't be able to understand it. For shame.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. As long as you're just Gaeilge curious, we're happy with that. You know.
Yeah, the Irish. I've got too many Irish people in my life at the. I've got a lot of Irish people in my life at the moment. What is this happening? It's all over TV, and then I think through comedy I keep meeting Irish people. There's so many.
Here, yeah.
Well, they all moved to London.
Yeah,
to do
pretty
comedy.
much,
Are
yeah.
you going to move to London at any point?
I come over and back all the time. I was there. I lived with a man for a few years in London, but it was mostly during lockdown.
Man. Yeah.
And he's lovely. And so I mean, at the moment, things are good in Ireland, and I'm getting plenty of work. But you never know. Yeah, I love coming over here. It's brilliant. But then it's so handy. Like then when you've been in London for a while and go back to Dublin, it's like being in an Enid Blyton book or like Postman Pat. It's like, I'm just going to wake up now and I'm just going to walk to my gig, and then I'm going to walk to my second gig, then I'm going to walk home. Like it's like being in this, and then you meet loads of people you know down this town. Whereas in London, it's like being in a really stressful post-apocalyptic, like scary novel by some artsy person.
Yeah. You know, one thing I'll say about so I've only been to Ireland once, right? I went to Dublin and I didn't have the best time because it was during COVID and like everything in the UK had opened up.
Oh,
and we went to Ireland, everything was shut down. Like scanning QR codes to get into Costa kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I was like, I guess as an English woman, you have in your head that Irish men might be or look a certain way, and then you get there and it's very disappointing. That's all I'll like.
Yeah. Colin Farrell has been doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah, and I was like, oh no, people here genuinely are small and ginger. Like, I didn't. Yeah.
But the accent, doesn't the accent make up for the sexiest accent in the world, they say?
No. I think it's lost its novelty now.
I think that's just
me.
Irish men that move away from Ireland.
Yeah.
You know, if you go to
Are
like,
the worst.
no, are the good ones.
Oh, right.
They're all the handsome ones that like have the nice accent.
Yeah, like Paul Mescal.
Yeah, if you went into a rural Tipperary pub and started chatting to the 25-year-old farmers, it's a different beast.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it is the hot ones make it out.
Yeah, the hot ones go to London to find fame.
Definitely,
I
the
know
hot
there
ones
are
go to
definitely
London.
hot
And she's like,
ones.
the hot ones come to London, definitely me.
I remember I lived with a Spanish girl, and she said when I first came to Ireland, I was like, oh my God, the men's is so ugly. So ugly. But now, 6 months, 7 months, I am accustomed now. I am thinking now, yeah. And she's really funny. She was one of the funniest people I ever lived with, Isabella. Hey. And she used to say, like, Irish people, you are always saying, sorry, excuse me, sorry. Then you have 3 drinks and you push me in a river. Why is that? You know, she got us perfectly.
There's a lot of Irish people that apologise for their existence a lot.
Yeah, I
That's
do
the
it
thing.
myself. Like, I'll say sorry if I'm in the supermarket and somebody's trolley pushes against my trolley and it's their fault, but I want them to know that I know. Oh, sorry. Sorry is really an indication for them to apologise.
That's a very English thing
It
as
is,
well.
yeah.
I
We
think.
have that.
Yeah.
Irish and English people have a lot in common.
Yeah,
we
very
pretend we don't.
passive aggressive.
Very passive aggressive, not direct.
Mm-hmm.
You have to read a lot in between the lines. It's not like in Germany where they're like, "Oh, you have put on weight. Has your life been stressful of late?"
Yeah.
Then they'll just hold your gaze for ages.
They
are comfortable with the silences, but we are not.
Yeah.
Please stop looking at me.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I'm being I feel like I've got an Irish person on. I'm about to ask you about Guinness. Is that maybe
Okay, fair
racist
enough.
in some way? I don't
And
know.
I'm not-
I feel. Oh yeah. I'm gonna
you
ask the Irish
ask me
alcoholic
the
about
one, yeah.
Guinness. I had this conversation with an Irish person the other day, and they said to me that the whole waiting to pour it is bullshit and it's a marketing gimmick. Do you have strong opinions on that? They were like, I think it's...
No, it gets a nice head. And I like using the word head on a sex podcast.
Oh, yeah.
If it is left to settle, and it doesn't taste as good if you don't. I'm pretty
Does
sure.
it?
I'm pretty sure. Now, again, if you're not used to Guinness, it's like when you first drink wine and you're like, what do adults see in this? And then you're like, give me more. So who knows? Maybe I've just been brainwashed. Maybe we've all been brainwashed. Do you drink Guinness?
I do, and I do like the art of the pour, and I will judge a bartender in England that doesn't quite do it properly. So yeah.
But I spoke to this Irish guy, and he said he has been to pubs and made them just pour it straight to the top, and he was like, I didn't know it's a difference.
Do you know what would be a
Who
good...
is this guy? And
Yeah, who is this guy?
just a guy.
I don't.
Does some...
Is he?
Well, a guy from Hinge.
We need to talk
is he-
to this man and tell him to stop.
Wait,
Get him to call
Yeah.
in.
Is he?
You know what he said to me? The one thing he said to me. No,
Is he-
no,
is he-
he's from like near Dublin, and he said to me, "Can you not talk about me on your podcast?" And then I was like, but I'm not talking about him in any way. I'm
It's
just
a very general
I
way.
just about a Guinness.
A little leprechaun appeared from nowhere. He gave you this knowledge. It was a dream. She had a dream.
Yeah.
I think that would be the Guinness. I don't know if you remember this thing called the Pepsi Challenge, where when Pepsi were trying to infiltrate the market, I'm so old, in the 90s, they would go into supermarkets and they would put a blindfold on you, and then you'd have to sip of Pepsi and a sip of Coke, and you'd have to say which one you preferred. And to be honest, I think whichever one you prefer, they'll say, oh, that's Pepsi, and you'd be like, oh my God, it's so much better.
Right.
We should do some kind of blind test in a pub where we blindfold hipsters. Some of them probably are blindfolded anyway. In this area, it's probably a fashion at the moment. Blindfold people, and then
We
do a
might
Guinness
bleep out
taste.
where she said my area, just because I've got a lot of
do. Of course you do. I'm so
got a lot of
sorry.
weirdos here
Yeah, okay.
that want to find
So we should
me.
go to the local area of Slough.
yeah. Let's head down to my local in Slough.
Yes, absolutely.
And do a taste test.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll do the tasting of the.
You can do this. You can do the tasting. I won't. I'll do it with Guinness Zero.
What are your
Yes.
thoughts on Guinness Zero?
I think it's delicious.
But like just in general,
It's only in a
yeah,
can though, isn't it? You can't.
It is,
you
but
can get a
bars will
draft in
sell it.
Ireland.
Oh.
yeah.
But I think just in general, like the culture of it, are you glad it exists? Do you think it's a good
I'm glad
thing?
it exists. I think it's a good thing. It's a bit like non drinkers. It's a bit like vegetarians. Some people are want to eat the fake meat, want to eat the sausage mix, want to eat the Linda McCartney sausage.
I do. Yeah.
And some people are like, no, lentils are what we should be eating. Why are you trying to make it seem like meat? You're fooling yourself. Like, I'm Linda McCartney sausage. I'm Guinness Zero. I'm happy with that. Because it's because like, how do you communicate? If you have a pint of Guinness Zero with you, then men. Because if they know you're not drinking, they're not going to hit on you. Because they're like, ugh, she's going to have standards. But if they see you with the pint of what they think is Guinness, they're like, hi.
Also, yeah.
So
Exactly.
helps.
And it makes you, I don't think like lemonade and Coke are like, they're so easy drinking. You don't want to just be necking back lemonade and Coke. You want like whereas at least Guinness, you sort of, it was Guinness Zero, you can't just neck it back.
It's enjoyable. It's like I used to go out.
I do like a kombucha.
Like, and everyone's getting you rounds of Coke, and then you're like, you go to everybody else is sleepy, and you're just like, lying there after a night out. Like, you're more tired than everyone else the next day, even if you have a drop of alcohol because you haven't been sleeping.
Yeah.
So I'm a fan. Some people don't agree with it. It's very clever for Guinness though, because now they can advertise Guinness Zero everywhere. Because you couldn't advertise it association with certain things like, I'm not sure, sports or things like that. But Guinness Zero, it's the marketing genius behind it is very clever.
It is.
Just going back to
Be like
drinking.
OnlyFans are under 12s.
Yeah.
But it's still, people are like, oh, OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I once knew somebody who would go to, she was like sort of like a socialite type person. She used to go to parties, and like she'd drive there or whatever, but she'd have martini glasses with water and like a lemon in it and like an olive, and like it'd just be water, but it'd look like she's having a fancy drink, and she just sipped them all night long.
Good
So it's
for
like, you
her.
can still hit on me, fellas.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still available.
But she was definitely the type of person that like the martini glass in her hand is part of the look.
Yeah. That's
Do you
so funny.
do you think your Riz, as it were, do you know what Riz means?
I do.
Okay. Sorry, that was
Patronising,
so
innit?
patronising of me.
Although I only learned it last year. I can remember the
Okay,
day.
okay.
I learned it 2 years ago. I heard.
Yeah. Do you
yeah.
think your Riz is better or worse without alcohol?
Well, I was a fall down drunk, so I would just be like asleep. So obviously, compared to a woman who was asleep on the street or in a cell, the Riz is much better, being that I'm conscious. Of course, I think the Riz is probably better. Because you're more sharp, and then sometimes you can be too good because you're all sober, you're firing on all cylinders, and there's some drunk man going like,
Yeah.
and if you could just dangle house keys in front of him and he'd follow you home.
I
So
bet
you
you've
could
got
almost-
great Riz. I can imagine you having good Riz.
I suppose I do.
Yeah.
I mean, what like hitting on guys, is it?
Yeah, well, you're very charming.
Yeah. Thank you very much. It was worth doing the podcast just for that little ego
There you
boost.
go.
And it's interesting when they're drunk and you're sober. It's a bit weird if you have a one night stand. Mm-hmm. Like sober one night stands aren't the fun. It's just a bit too much like being in a smear test. You know,
Yeah.
like there's a lot. It's very in real time, and
Because you're not connected in any way. You're just sort of like, I'm going to lie back and open my legs.
Yeah. Say but so I tend to avoid them, because they're not. The end is never really that good, and then it's almost like being a special needs assistant if the man is a bit drunk.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, darling, this is your apartment. I'm pretty sure. Let me just take your keys there. You know, you feel like you're taking advantage of where we boy.
Oh my God.
They don't feel that, but you.
Yeah, I always remember. Yeah, I think. Look, okay. Obviously, men can be sexually assaulted, guys, but a lot don't mind if you took advantage of them in such a situation. Maybe controversial to say. Comment down if you disagree, guys. But I remember one time, like, this is like when I was at uni, like this guy I was sleeping with, like he came round to mine and he was like wasted and I was not. And so I just had him sleep in my bed, and I didn't do anything, guys.
Good for you.
Good.
What
Like,
honourable
no, I'm not a
young woman.
rapist. Well done, me. And but in the night he got up and pissed in my laundry basket.
Oh.
Yeah, he just sort of thought it was a toilet.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like,
I've been
just
that
sort of
soldier.
went,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why is your toilet wicker? Don't question. I've been in Manny's the wicker toilet in my time.
Yeah.
It's one of the signs that you need to stop going drinking when you think that toilets are made out of wicker.
So true. I did actually used to. I can't remember what age I stopped wetting the bed, but I wet the bed till quite late.
Really?
And I remember I always used to have those dreams that I was going to toilet,
Oh no.
and then I would.
That's so unfortunate.
I think I stopped when I was like 12.
Okay. Yeah, that's very
Wow.
common though. That's loads of people have said that to me. People, for some reason, I'm not a day goes by where somebody doesn't do I can't really relate to it, but
Well.
I can when I was drinking. So
Yeah.
But it must be that this you have your dream, and do you know what stopped it, or did you have to?
I think I just
get
grew
help?
out
You
of
grew out of
it.
it.
I also really weirdly, I sucked a dummy till late, till I was like 9.
Oh my god. This is the right-wing media would go field day now.
Yeah.
This is why
Like,
you're
like
on
this-
OnlyFans.
This is why you're
Yeah.
on OnlyFans, because you sucked a dummy and wet the bed
Yeah.
till late. Like, that's what
And then there's other men going, oh my god, that's what I'm into. I never knew I was into that, but they're really horny now listening to that.
Yeah.
They're going to go straight to Slough.
and try finding. Yeah. God damn. God, I'm letting it all out on this podcast.
It's good though. It's good. I mean, I used to have a comfort blanket or a little tea towel that I was obsessed with. Mm-hmm. Like it was the 80s in Ireland, there weren't many toys around, so that's my favourite tea towel.
You just had sticks
Yeah.
and wheels
a
that you
wheel
pushed
and a
along with the
stick,
stick.
So we're coming up to we're 37 minutes in, and it's 12:37.
Okay, what time?
Quarter. Okay, well, I mean, I'd say you get.
Are you going to get an Uber there?
I'm going to get an Uber there.
You can order the Uber on camera.
A good idea.
I think it'll be a good.
So
people will enjoy
I'm really
seeing the
enjoying
Uber
this.
ordering.
Oh,
so
yeah.
give us a clean into a new segment to kind of finish.
Okay, yeah. What were we talking about? What were we talking about? Toys, sticks, trauma.
Yeah. But yeah, so they would think that people were like, oh, that's why she does what she does now, because she's got oral fixation.
Yeah,
and she's
absolutely.
got I don't know what they call it, a wet problem or fecophilia. No, that's poo.
Poo.
Yeah.
Poo. That is the one thing. Poo is not something I've ever done. I've never done a poo in my life.
No. I believe that of you. You're very controlled.
Yeah,
and I've seen your diet. She just eats like Huel, and it's just
absolutely
perfectly absorbs into your body.
Although I imagine people who eat Huel actually shit all the time.
Yeah.
Not an ad, but we need Huel sponsorship.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to lie. I still don't know why I'm going to say this, but as a vegan, I go quite a few times a day.
That's meant to be very healthy.
Yeah. Poo. Yeah, pooing is something I don't do on camera.
Yeah, you're not into it.
That's my limit. Because I was like, whatever. If I, start doing non-sex work stuff in future, let's say I'm on TV or whatever, people, if they look up my nudes, that's one thing. But if they look up a video of me pooing,
it's another level, isn't it? It's funny how something that's so natural as pooing, but we still have this real guarding against it. And there must be, I suppose it's not healthy to be near somebody's poo. The poo is all the toxins coming out of your body, so it's probably wise. But yeah, nude would be fine. In fact, probably preferable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there is clips of me peeing out there.
Yeah, but
that's fine. People have seen me pee on the street.
Yeah, me too, loads.
Do you ever watch this podcast and think, God, I'd be a lot more interested in what she has to say if she was naked? Well, guess what? You can find me naked over on my OnlyFans. Yes, I am willing to do a lot of things for money. That's right. My OnlyFans is the only place where you can see explicit content of me and also talk to me directly in my DMs. I also have an Admire Me VIP, which you can also subscribe to. It's mostly the same content, but I also have a premium shop there where you can buy explicit videos of me without a subscription. And you can find both these websites at www.catbaker.co.uk, where you can find all your fapping needs. That's it. It's www.catbaker.co.uk. Yeah, literally.
The world was my OnlyFans when I was drinking.
I'll always remember when I was like 17, I went on a night out with my friends, and like my brother and his friends were there. We went to like Tottenham Court Road. And like I went to this club and I came out afterwards and I just like pissed in the middle of the street, right in front of my brother. My brother was like,
is your brother older than you?
Yeah, like 2 years older.
Okay, but that's a lot in those times. He was just like, oh my God, how embarrassing for you.
Yeah, and that club, I remember they like, I was found in the boys' toilets.
On brand?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was just using the loo, I think. But they were like, they took me outside for 30 minutes and were like, you need to calm down. Like they didn't fully kick me out. They were just like, you need 30 minutes.
That's actually quite decent of them. Yeah, that's quite decent of them.
They must have been like a 17-year-old girl.
Yeah.
She gets all the punters
she
in.
Needs to calm
down.
Yeah, that's true. You were they being extremely nice or were they being extremely commercial?
Yeah, exactly.
You're the reason why 8 of these 40-year-old men are here.
Exactly.
They're stoically drinking Guinness, just watching you.
I always remember that night also. I remember I was chatting to this like it's funny when you're that age, you really don't see the older guys that come onto you like necessarily as massive creeps. I remember
it's part of the course.
And I remember I spoke to this one guy and he went, how old are you? And I was like, oh, I'm 17. He was like, oh, I'm 29. I don't want to talk to you anymore. And he like walked off. And I remember at the time being like, what a prick.
Yeah.
I was like, what an arsehole. And he was like, that's what you should do. And
wow, if you're out there, this man, if you remember, talk to us, you're a hero.
Actually, I think I said to him I was 19. And he was still okay, no, I'm not. Yeah, but no, I was 17.
I remember, going to a nightclub and getting fingered by, I was 16. It was outside of the nightclub. It was kind of, I don't know, in the park or something. And he was 26. And at the time, it's like, oh, that's not a big deal. Yuck.
Yeah.
Yuck.
That's so
That's so
he's so
gross.
fucked up on his behalf.
And he knew I was 16. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember going to one club. I've been fingered in several clubs, but
well
I
done.
think it was by other, like, it was like when I was a student, it was by other students. So it wasn't like,
It doesn't count.
yeah, like it was like, you know, whatever. But I do remember like going to one club when I was 16. And I remember this, like, he was like a semi-pro footballer. From another country. Like he wasn't even like famous, but I remember he was like, he really wanted my number or something. And I said, oh, by the way, I'm actually 16. He went, oh, I don't care.
Oh, no.
And I was
really?
like, yeah. And I was like, ooh. Yeah.
That's not
Doesn't
good.
stop him.
No, but we have the good guy story.
Yeah, there was that
Or
good...
he just literally spat on the ground.
Yeah. That guy, yeah, that when I think back to that, I'm like, yeah, that's what
Yeah, most men are like that, really, I think. But there are...
I don't know if I'd turn away a 19-year-old guy.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be different. And we know it isn't different. But it is different.
It is.
Yeah.
What's the youngest you'd go?
Oh, God. When I was drinking, I got with a 24-year-old, and I was 38.
Are you not late 30s now?
Don't worry about that.
Oh, I thought you were like 37.
Thank you for that. No, the character in my play is 37.
Right,
Seem too much of a
okay.
loser.
Yeah.
Well remembered, I'm 42.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I'm old.
Don't look 42.
Yeah.
You
Thanks,
look much
babe.
younger.
Yeah, and there'll be just a life of no responsibility.
Yeah. 24, 38, that's fine.
Yeah, and and then the oldest was like 30 years older.
Whoa.
So my span, if they were all to meet, my dream, not really fantasy, but just I'd love to just put all the men I've ever been with in a room, and they don't know why. They've just been told to come to this room at a certain time.
God.
It's like a game show that me and my friend Charlie have planned, and then they have to figure out what they all have in common. Yeah.
And do you think if you put all the men in the room, do you think they all have a similar vibe?
No.
Are yours all very
Horny.
different?
Just when you're an alcoholic, you just drink yourself into people's lives, and they have no choice.
Okay.
Maybe they do, but probably the men who are attracted to alcoholics tend to be a bit weird as well.
Right.
So they're either rescuers, like, oh, I'll mind you, and or they just want or they are alcoholics themselves.
Okay.
But I don't think like the 24-year-old Deliveroo driver. And
He was wait, had he come to your apartment to deliver food? And he slept with him?
I did, yeah.
Wow, that is some serious riz.
That's
That is some serious riz.
yeah.
That must have made his fucking year, though.
He kept texting me. I must have given his number at something, and then I was like, I had to be like, I am a sober person now. Please, you're a lovely.
Do you remember how you
Venezuelan
like
man.
put it on him? Where you...
I think I was all like, I'd say I'd ordered like a bottle of vodka and some prawn crackers or something like that. Like nothing. It was just alcohol coming to the house, and I was like. And then he was like, can I come in for a cigarette? They can tell, these men can tell your just vibe, your sleazy vibe, and that I won't say that I was vulnerable, because I put myself in the vulnerable situation. And then before you know it, yeah. So he was a very good looking guy. Way better looking than I would have gotten on any of the other apps.
Yeah. Fuck.
But it wasn't a suitable thing, and I've changed my ways now.
God, but wow, yeah, I bet that's something he'll
I bet
remember
it
for life.
happens to lots of...
I mean, my finest moment was I dated my electrician.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah, I didn't sleep with him the first time I met him, but he came round to fix a wire, and yeah, and then he did message me afterwards and was like, "Do you want to go for a drink?"
Aww.
And so we did date. He was actually a massive prick, but like.
And did you get other things fixed in the meantime?
Actually, he did do a couple DIY bits.
Good.
Yeah, so at least I got that out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to get a good electrician. Can't you have his number?
Yeah. This was in Bristol, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, I wonder what he's doing now.
God, that's
Hopefully.
very bold of him to ask you out.
Yeah, and I did feel like he said he was very nervous to do it because he was like, it could really backfire. Like I could report him or something.
Okay.
But
He must have really liked you.
I think I did very much flirt with him. So I think he knew.
He knew. When you know, you know.
Yeah, I remember seeing him, thinking he was cute, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna ask him questions about himself. So that's that
your flirting?
Oh yes.
I'm ordering a taxi now.
This is very exciting stuff, guys. Aideen is already you are very pushed for time.
I'm very pushed for time
because Ryanair fucked up the flights.
Yeah,
and you've got an appointment you need to get to.
Late, and they didn't even say it was delayed. They just made us sit on the plane for an hour and 10 minutes. And then afterwards, the plane just sat there for another 25, 30 minutes. So it was just, I kept thinking, oh no, it's fine. And it wasn't fine.
Every year I hope I'm done with Ryanair, but I'm not.
I tend to only book British Airways now.
Oh, very good.
Sex work has been good to you. It has, but yeah.
That's great.
Or it's EasyJet.
Maybe it's...
But Ryanair, yeah, it's almost like sometimes it ends up costing the fucking same.
Yeah, it does.
By the amount of extra charges they give you.
Especially with like the London airports, like making your way to Stansted or whatever can be a pain. It can be more money. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, whereas Heathrow is quite cheap to get to.
Yeah, but also like when you get a flight for $19.99, it's hard to not.
Yeah. God, I got a bargain Eurostar train journey start of this year. Oh, that was so nice. When are they going to do a train to Dublin from London?
No, they're never. They always talk about it. Apparently it's too difficult under the sea or something like that.
Oh, the Irish Sea is too difficult.
Yeah, because I fantasized about it all the time.
Sounds political.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe the Irish Sea is just full of Guinness cans, and so they can't.
They can't
Quite get under.
This is the stereotypes I have to put up with.
Yeah, this is the racism he has to deal with whenever he works here. But yeah, we would love to have had you on for longer, Aideen. But
maybe I'll come back again.
Just come back. Just come back every episode. Yeah. We'll have an Aideen segment.
Yeah.
I think that'll work. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm still not able to get this taxi.
Is it still not accepted?
No.
Well, we're 50 minutes in, so it's up to you if you want to keep playing the episode until the Uber comes or just end it. It's entirely up to you.
Let's just keep going.
That might be a fun end. Literally keep going until the Uber's outside.
Yeah.
But tell the audience that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're just ordering it, waiting until the Uber comes, basically.
Yeah, and I'm desperately trying. It's me now. I'm in the Uber so bad. I've now started downloading this app called Get to get.
Have you done Bolt as well?
Oh, Bolt! I'll do that in a minute. Yeah, but I think I'll have to get the Black Cap app. Oh, that's how. Yeah.
Yeah, they do be weirdly picky on Uber sometimes in London. Like whenever I'm outside London, the Ubers pick you up right away, but they kind of make you wait a bit
just
here.
There's a demand. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's about their attitude. I think it's more just the demand is higher.
Yeah, I think it's personally pointed just at me because I think the whole world revolves around me. So,
and do you think that nah?
Yeah.
Do you have a good Uber rating?
I actually don't know what my Uber. Oh no, I did see it the other day. It was high. It was like a. I think it was over 4.5.
Yeah, I think that's good.
I always remember one time my Uber rating went down because I had a panic attack in an Uber, and I remember it was like my first panic attack, and I didn't know what it was, and I remember he dropped me home, and I had to be like, can you go knock on the door for me and get my housemate out to come and walk me out of the cab? And I think he thought I was obviously I but I wasn't.
Oh my God,
I was actually just having a panic attack.
That's hard, yeah. And
yeah.
so he rated you down.
So then my rating went down after that. I was like, cheers, mate.
That's not fair.
Not fair.
Now Revolut have frozen my card.
Oh fuck!
So stressful.
God damn.
God damn. Potential for no, it's not fraud. You don't care about like when it actually is fraud. They didn't care when I got $7,000 was scammed out of my Revolut account before.
And they're like, yeah, that's
They're
normal.
like, well, that's a normal. You just got
purchase.
robbed. Yeah, why wouldn't you be buying loads of Bitcoin in the middle of the night?
Yeah, whereas a 20 quid Uber.
Yeah.
Was that before or after they were part of the FSCS or whatever?
I'm not sure, but I did eventually get my money back.
Oh,
but
that's
it
good.
was I had to really pull a favour with an ex-boyfriend who was a financial writer.
Oh wow! Because apparently the FSCS is you're insured up to 80 grand, like all banks. But Revolut only have that recently.
Yeah.
I had a Monzo scam a few years ago, and if that had been Revolut instead of Monzo, I would have lost like 15 grand.
God.
Wild.
Scary.
Oh, I don't have any of those. I just have NatWest.
God, that's very
Old fashioned.
old fashioned.
And my
such
friends
a modern young gal.
Yeah, my friends get really annoyed with me. They're
Do you
like,
have-
"Get fucking Monzo."
Do you have? I don't know if this is podcast gold or podcast. Do you have the new NatWest Business online bank?
No, I just have a normal
So
account.
I got it recently, and it's called Metal, METTLE.
Okay.
But so it's basically the same kind of model as Revolut and Monzo. Like it's online only, you have an app, blah blah, but it's business only, but it's also affiliated with NatWest. It is part of NatWest, so it's like safe. But it's actually really cool. Like they've got it's good. But again, I'm not necessarily making podcast gold here, but
No, I think
digital business banking.
the people who watching are horny, but they also want to make smart financial decisions. So, you know, guys, if you've got a business,
For the self-employed individual, for the modern self-employed individual,
Yeah.
Metal Bank, METTLE by NatWest.
I wonder what the main job is that my viewers have. I reckon a lot of them are...
what did the guy? We talked to a guy that was a bus driver or something. No, what was he?
He was a lorry driver for like Asda.
Oh yeah. As the delivery guy.
Yeah, I think I have a pretty varied, you know, sort of across socio-economic backgrounds. I'm a woman of the people, so I have many different, you know.
I can't tell if we want to keep this whole bit in or not. It's a bit random.
keep it in.
Okay, yeah, keep it in.
Well, what if they got all your exes into a room? Would they have something in common?
I think all my exes in a room, they're all avoidant men.
Okay.
So they'd all
Don't forget about your bisexual phase that you always talk
Oh yeah,
about.
there's a couple women in there as well. To be all these avoidant men who are like all a bit awkward and a bit like, but they're all sort of funny.
Okay.
So they'll probably be trying to out joke each other. But then I also have a couple very unfunny exes.
The real question to both of you is, if you did get all your exes into a room, how packed would the room be?
Oh,
a ballpark, probably Wembley Stadium.
yeah.
I'm joking.
But I mean, it depends if it's just people I've slept with or if it's people I've dated.
Well, for the sake of this comedy podcast, let's go with everyone you've ever had any sexual contact with,
Yeah.
Like
ever.
a kiss.
No, a bit more than a kiss. Fingered in a nightclub counts. Snog doesn't.
Okay, I like that. You said that like you've been thinking about this for a long time. Fingered in a nightclub counts. Snog doesn't.
Yeah, they wouldn't all fit in this room, no. Like, even if packed in like sardines. They would fit in this flat, though, if packed in like sardines. Just not this room alone.
Do you know what? This podcast might not be shorter than the others. We're on 55 minutes.
Yeah, but now I'm worried you can't get a... Do you want me to...
I've managed to... There's one coming in 2 minutes.
Okay, fabulous. Yeah. Right. I also have to... Let's end it here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Much.
Please follow me at Comedy McQueen on Instagram. So comedy like ha 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 ha. McQueen like Steve McQueen. Lightning McQueen the car. There you have it.
Amazing. And you mostly do shows in Ireland.
Yeah,
but
I do some shows. I do some shows I'm going to be in Bearcat Comedy in Twickenham on Saturday. I'm going to be in Essex on Friday.
She gets around.
Yeah.
She gets around. So you can, go follow her. Right. Okay. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
And bye, guys. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Mwah.